Needing to go to work and be productive when you haven't had enough sleep sucks. And whether it's that you just didn't get enough rest the night before, or it's your own doing and you chose to stay up late watching TV rather than sleeping, needing to go to work and get things done is horrible when you have not had enough sleep. And today I'm going to talk about how to make it through work when you're exhausted. This video is going to be best for those random one-off days where you have not had enough sleep. If you're tired every day, please look at my other videos after watching this one to get more helpful tips. Let's get started. So first up, I'm going to talk about some non-caffeine options. Now, whether you just choose to abstain from caffeine, or if you're like me and too much caffeine makes you more sleepy rather than less sleepy, it's nice to have a couple things in your back pocket to help you make it through the day. The first thing that I do that I like is to use energy supplements that don't have caffeine. My personal favorite is the Uber Energy because it has natural herbs and botanicals that help promote energy. Now, of course, this is something that I try to be really selective about when I take this, because I don't know the long-term effects on taking this on a regular basis, and I don't want to have any kind of dependency. Also, it's worth noting this is a little bit more expensive and it's not in everybody's budget, but thankfully there are other options that you can try if you don't want to use this product. Something else that you can try is the Ollie Daily Energy. Now, I haven't tried this one personally because I like the Hum one so much, but it does look pretty promising, and I have tried other products from Ollie in the past that I've really liked, so I think that would be a good budget conscious option. Another thing to consider is what you're choosing to consume on these types of days, and I know it can be really tempting just because you're feeling junky already to go through the drive-thru and to get something fast and easy rather than to go through the effort of making something yourself, and I would encourage you to reconsider. And the reason for this is that on these off days where you're not feeling the greatest, your digestion is more liable to get off track if you're having something greasy and heavy that's harder to digest, and you're more likely to make yourself feel worse after eating these foods rather than any better. So one thing that I do that I've had really good luck with is I will make a green smoothie on these days, and I like this for a couple of different reasons. So first up, I know I can want to have a tendency to prop myself up with sugar during the day, and I would rather have that sugar come from fruit and get the added vitamins and nutrients that are in the fruit versus having like a handful of Skittles. The other reason that I like this is that it gives me the opportunity to get more vegetables into my diet so that I'm getting even more nutrition. Now, when I do this, a couple things that I do that I make it extra easy on myself is, first up, I'll use already cut up frozen fruit. Then that way I don't need to spend the effort cutting up fruit and then washing a cutting board and knife. And then not only that is I will make the smoothie in a mason jar versus in my normal blender, and I'll use a stick blender to blend it up just because I'm minimizing the amount of dishes that I want to do since I'm already feeling pretty low energy. I also wanted to take the time to mention to not overdo it on caffeine on these days, and I speak from experience when I say that you can kind of get yourself into a bad cycle. So what I've had happen in the past is that because I'm feeling so tired, I can over rely on caffeine, and then I'll have it too late in the day. I'll have trouble sleeping, and then the cycle just ends up repeating itself, and ideally we want to only have to do this once. Another thing to try is to take a walk outside, and this is beneficial for a couple different reasons. So first up, when we do exercise on these days where you're feeling exhausted, you don't want to do anything too intensive. So today's not the day to do a HIIT class, for example. Taking a walk is a low impact exercise that will allow you to get your blood pumping and your metabolism going, and it's going to give you back more energy than it takes away from you. The other thing that makes this helpful is that because you're doing it outside, you are maximizing the amount of blue light that you're getting. So when you're outside getting blue light, you are telling your body, oh, it's daytime, we need to be awake, and that's going to help promote your energy levels as well. A couple things to consider though when you do this is that that you want to make sure that you are getting as much blue light as you possibly can when you're outside. So for example, it's not the time to wear sunglasses if you can avoid it, because we want to maximize the amount of blue light that we're getting. If your eyeglasses have a blue light coating on them, I would encourage you to take them off if you can get away without wearing your glasses while you go for a walk, just to make sure that you get enough blue light. Also, one thing that I've done just to really hit it home with getting the blue light is I will even make a concerted effort to look up at the sky to maximize the amount of energy that I'm getting from outside. Take a nap. Now, a lot of us are on work from home right now because it is during the pandemic. And if you have the ability to get in your bed and draw the curtains and turn down the lights, I would encourage you to do so, because taking a nap is going to help make you feel refreshed and give you that little bit of extra oomph to make it through the day. Unfortunately, though, not all of us have the luxury of working from home and being in our beds. So what I would try on those kinds of days, if you're in that kind of situation, would be to lay down somewhere else. I've even laid down in my car in the past and taken a power nap just to help me make it through the day. With that though, because I'm outside and it's so bright, I have had difficulty sleeping in the past. So one thing that you can try is to bring a sleep mask with you to work and then bring that down to your car when you take your power nap. That way you can make sure that you're actually falling asleep versus just laying in your car. It's also worth noting that when you take your nap, you want to make it less than 20 minutes if you possibly can, just because if you do more than that, you're going to be going into the deeper stages of sleep and you're more likely to wake up groggy. The next things that I'm going to talk about are planning your day and maximizing what you get done on the day that you don't feel very well. So first up, one thing that I've had good luck with is to take 5 minutes when I get into work to look at my to-do list and to see what is absolutely critical that I get done today versus what can get pushed out to maybe like the next couple different days. Also, to go along with that is to look to see what you have the ability to delegate out, because by delegating your tasks, you're making sure that you have the attention to focus on those really important things. Another thing to go along with this would be to look at what you're saying yes to, because when you're saying yes to certain things, that means that you're saying no to other things, and you want to make sure that you are getting the most important things done. So you want to be selective about what you choose to take on. So once I'm actually ready to start working, what I do, rather than just jumping in and tackling the most important thing first, I will work on 2 or 3 very easy, quick, simple things that still need to get done, just because getting things accomplished kind of helps prime the pump and gives me a more accomplishment mindset so that I feel better equipped to take on that larger important task. Also, don't lose sight of the fact that tomorrow is a new day and you'll have new opportunities tomorrow to continue to work on your to-do list. So don't beat yourself up too much if you don't get as much accomplished today as you thought that you would. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so that I know you enjoyed it. And if you also want to be a well-rested human, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you get notified every time I upload. Sweet dreams!